Hey everyone, today is Memorial Day. Let's go over Memorial Day. I can't remember which war it was. Now a lot of people say that World War One was called World War One. Well, it wasn't called World War One at the time. It was like the Great War, the World War. And a lot of people were involved in Europe, etc. So we called it World. Whenever there's a first one, we don't call it like Star Wars number one, Star Wars number two. There could be a number two, but it's usually not a number one because we don't, unless we already have shot 3 movies out at once. Maybe we'd call them 1, 2, or 3, or maybe it's a 3-step process. It's step 1, step 2, step 3. For example, I can't remember if World War One came, if Memorial Day came after World War One. I believe it did. I can look that up. And another video I'll shoot today, I'll have to look some stuff up after I shoot it, and then I'll put it out. So I will discuss something on the video, so I'll look that up, and I can look that up, or you can look up too. If you're in the United States, today is Memorial Day. I'm shooting this before that because I have to go to the post office and do a couple things. So I'm driving to the post office, and I'll shoot this as I drive. Somebody said, "Don't shoot while you drive," but it's 100% hands-free. As you can see, I'm not holding the camera; it's just on my phone holder for the GPS functions that the phone can do, or if you want to make a hands-free phone call. But Memorial Day, a lot of people say, well, happy Memorial Day. Okay, now number one, it's Memorial Day. So you can be happy on that day. It's a day of remembrance, a day of thinking and supposedly thanking those who served. Another thing, so a lot of people don't say happy Memorial Day. They'll just say, hope you have a nice day or something, or are you doing anything for Memorial Day? A lot of people call it the unofficial first day of summer, or barbecues. A lot of people say it's the introduction to barbecue day. It's the first day of the year where this is barbecue Monday or whatever, because we get an extra day off. The weather's usually good and people barbecue, but it's not really the official kickoff to barbecue day as it should be. I mean, as people say it is, it should be a day of remembrance. It's also, as I'm a veteran, so a lot of people will always tell me, thank you for your service, blah, blah, blah. It's not a veterans holiday either. It's not an active duty holiday. So we have other holidays for this. We have Veterans Day for veterans. We have Armed Services Day, which is for veterans and all those that are currently serving. I think it's supposed to be those who currently serve. We thank those who currently serve on Armed Services Day. We've kind of got away from that one. Then we have Memorial Day. Memorial Day is to have remembrance, memorial, memory, for those who served, those who died, serving, protecting our country. So a lot of people get those all confused. When I was on active duty, they'd always try to include me in the Veterans Day stuff. And to this day, they still do. So if you're active, you get it's kind of weird because a lot of the restaurants, they give out a free meal that they say if you're in your uniform, your military uniform, meaning that if you're currently serving in the military, come on in and get a free meal. But it's not really their day. It is the day of the veteran. So it's nice that the active duty, the guardsmen, the reservists are brought into the guards people, I guess, are brought into the day to celebrate and be recognized. But it's not really their day. It's the Veterans Day. Look at the name, Veterans Day. So it's for veterans. So we kind of get all confused. A lot of that happened, I think, after 9/11. We try to include everybody. We've always been thanked for our service. A lot of return veterans have had some issues. Some do have issues. Some pretend to have issues. It's not, there's no black and white, of that. So what I was just going to say, this is Memorial Day. So a lot of people go to church on that day. There's church services. Some of the big cemeteries will have celebrations, or not celebrations, but events. The scouts come out and put the flags on the tombstones, on the grave sites, and mostly in the military cemeteries, but sometimes other cemeteries others. It's not the celebration of overeating, drinking too much. A lot of people get arrested for drunk driving, but it's not really a holiday where we're supposed to go out and drink in excess and maybe cause an accident, or hopefully nobody dies in the accident, but maybe we do injure somebody or whatever that. So it's not that. It's not that. It is definitely not that. What it is a celebration, a remembrance, sometimes a service, or whatever we want to call it, to remember those who made the ultimate sacrifice. And we get kind of confused. We always think it's all about the military, so it must be this. It's all about the military, so it has to be this. But a lot of the holidays we have, a lot of the beer companies, the liquor companies, where they'll have a special. Bud Light does them now quite a bit. Poor Bud Light, they've got some issues, I think, of their own. But they will do these different freebies or discounts or whatever they do. And the problem with that is that's not what it's all about. It's not. So it's great to get a discount. If someone says, hey, David, here's a Memorial Day coupon for whatever, for sun hats. This is more like a fishing hat. But yeah, we're gonna give you 20% off any hat you buy for sun protection if you buy it before the June 1st. Or whatever. That's great. That's nice. So thank you for giving me this. It has nothing to do with Memorial Day. We have Memorial Day car sales. We're holding over our Memorial Day car sale. The car dealers used to always do that, and some of the car dealers would even have hot dogs available for those who want to come by and look at some new automobiles. So what we do is we take everything that has any kind of military thing and we kind of put it all together. And that's great that the active duty will celebrate Veterans Day, and the veterans are going to celebrate Armed Forces Day, and we're all going to celebrate and thank those who served and passed on Memorial Day. So all of us doing that for Memorial Day, that's just fine. There'll be planes flying over my house tomorrow, World War II planes. We always seem to kind of focus our celebrations for veterans, Memorial Day, Armed Forces, on World War II aircraft, or you go to the park. Today they had a big one. I didn't go. Last year, Emily and I, we did go, and it was pretty fun. They had a lot of dog stuff there they're giving out flea treatments and giving out vaccinations, so that's pretty nice. What does that have to do with Memorial Day? Nothing. It's just a nice thing they're doing on Memorial Day. So if you go to a nice barbecue, it's on Memorial Day. It's not necessarily going to be a celebration of those who passed, sadly, probably too young. A lot of the military that died, they die very young. The frontline troops, pretty young. So that's all I just want to say, is that today is Memorial Day. It's more of a somber day, but we kind of turned it into a festive party. We turn everything into a festive party, like they always say. Hallmark will make a new day for everything. It's Mother's Day. Mother's Day, the card company, the flower company is Mother's Day, Grandmother's Day, Father. All these celebrations are started by these companies mostly, or they'll take an obscure, like say thanks to your secretary or whatever, or thanks to your teacher, and they turn into a big celebration so they can sell products, which is fine. But Memorial Day is more of a somber day. It's a thank you to those who served and made the sacrifice. Veterans Day is more of a thank you to those who served. Memorial Day, unfortunately, or sadly, is those that didn't come home. So anyway, please subscribe. Like I always say, please do subscribe, like, share, put your comments in there. Do you recognize Memorial Day? Are you in the United States? I don't know. Where are you? Are you in the United States? But anyway, everybody, Memorial Day, be careful out there. Sadly, it is a day where there's some traffic issues and very, very crowded. They said this is probably the busiest day in the history of the Los Angeles International Airport. So a lot of people are traveling by air. People used to travel more by car because you leave Friday after work and you come back Monday night or whatever. But now they're actually flying places and spending 3 days or 2 days or whatever at a different location. So if you are getting out after COVID, of course, nobody got out. So hopefully you do have some good plans. And whatever you decide to do, be safe, be very careful if you're on the roads. because there are unfortunately going to be some drunk driving. They've already stepped up I saw yesterday was Friday, and I was coming back from some work that I got, and a lot of California Highway Patrol is out. I also saw LA County Sheriff's Department had done some stops. It appeared on the freeway. Usually when you see that, it's due to some kind of a holiday. Sometimes if they're the closest, if the California Highway Patrol is 18 miles away, it's the closest officer, and there's a sheriff's deputy on the next exit, of course, they will help. They're called first responders for a reason. But a lot of law enforcement out there. So be careful. Don't get a ticket. Don't get drunk. Don't let anybody in your family get hurt. Take care, everyone.